Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Before there was Cops, there was Nightwatch. This show goes back to 1954, seeing what things were like on the mean streets of Culver City, California, with reporter Donn Reed. This episode, September 11th, 1954.
5621 reporting in service. Starting mileage 9359, 9359.
10456. Are you on a station call or are you going on patrol?
56, we're on routine patrol, no code 6.
10456, 6:07 p.m. in service on the Nightwatch.
This is Donn Reed, a police recorder. And right now you're riding in Detective Unit 56. And that was Sergeant Ron Perkins just reporting us in service on the Nightwatch. And as you ride with us tonight, be sure to remember one thing. The people you hear are not actors. This is it. This is real. This is Nightwatch.
Nightwatch, the actual on-the-scene report of your police force in action. There are no actors, no script. Every voice, every sound is authentic. The investigations are recorded as they actually occur. Nightwatch, presented with the cooperation of the Police Department of Culver City, California, W.N. Hildebrand, Chief. We switch you now to Detective Unit 56, somewhere in the field, and police recorder Donn Reed.
5621, come in.
Control 1 to 56, go ahead.
56, on the corner of Georgia and Sepulveda, we have a traffic accident here. You send a uniformed car down, we'll advise if an ambulance is needed.
10456.
Just a split second ago, a car going in the opposite direction seemingly lost control and smashed broadside into a parked car. Now, we've gone by the scene and are waiting now for a break into traffic so we can flip a U-turn and get back there. Just looking back, the highway is crowded with traffic, people running. There's dust and smoke that's still settling between the cars. Like all accidents, it happened so quick we just glanced up and there it was. Yeah. Flipping that turn now. Now we made it. Well, this is a detective unit. We don't have any red light. Normally, as a matter of fact, we don't even handle traffic, but we sort of inherited this one, so to speak. That is until the uniform car gets here. Here we are. Now we're sliding in behind. Perfect. Check out those injuries.
Don, will you throw some flares out there in the back?
Yeah, we'll do. Get in the compartment here, get some flares out. Let's get a couple of these. Get out here on the street. These flares out here before someone piles into the back of the car. We'll really have a mess out here. It's right on the curve. Kind of a dangerous spot. So while we're getting these things started, Sergeant Perkins and a couple of citizens are carrying a young woman out of the car, laying her down on the sidewalk. I see the sergeant hustling back to the car. Let's get over there and see what that's all about. 5621, TA at Georgia and Sepulveda. We need an ambulance.
10456, ambulance will roll.
Heard that, Perk?
Haven't checked it out yet, Don. Let's get back over there.
Yeah. Woman lying on the sidewalk. Citizens giving up a coat for a pillow. White-faced. Gasping for air.
Wasn't hurting yet. She was. No. She was fainting. She was complaining of
she had a heart attack.
Heart attack or something like that.
Now, she had one right here, and I sewed the blanket around and put a pillow underneath her.
All right, I'll tell you, we might get her head down a little bit, get some blood up in there. Okay, watch your head over here.
You gotta put the jacket just underneath her head here.
I'll get an inlater down here.
Need another jacket? Let's get back to the car now. 5621, request the inlater at this location. The person's had a heart attack down here.
56, roger.
Rolling in. All of our units coming over here. Comes the uniform uniform car coming in to assist. Our officers now are throwing out flares. the traffic stop. Woman is down, covered with a blanket. Possibly suffered a heart attack. The car apparently lost control, smashed into a car along the park curb. Cars are completely accordioned, if there is such a word. Put it mildly, they're smashed up. Apparently this woman has fainted.
5-6 inlater calling.
Let's acknowledge that call. 5-6, 10-4. Let's get back to the victim lying here in the street.
What? Anybody have any blankets? I got this blanket's all I got.
Bundling up the victim. Keep her from going into shock.
It started to spin.
Just be quiet now.
It started to spin.
Yeah, well, I'll let you know.
It started to spin.
Victim gesturing with her hand, trying to explain that the road, landscape started to spin. Reason for the accident. Inlater should be along in just a moment. She just fainted again, sir. Way off in the distance now, I can hear the wail of the siren of our fire department inlater squad rolling. Rolling in now. I'm not sure whether this is the inlater or the ambulance. Difficult to tell from here. It's just a blur of red lights. The inlater. There we are, rolling in. Equipment is moving out now. Two firemen are manning the oxygen. Now they're applying oxygen to the victim here. Officers moving everyone back, give the firemen an opportunity to do everything they possibly can to get oxygen to this young lady before the ambulance arrives.
I tried. First one, why that inlater, that rescue truck turned down a little bit. Yeah. Turn it down, Wyatt? Okay, bring it. Pull it away from her face, I'll put it on inlater.
Had been using the resuscitator. That forces the victim to breathe. Since she's conscious, switching over to inhalator. That means she can inhale the oxygen on her own.
I know. It's all right. Don't worry about anything. Quite all right. Buddy's fine.
Ambulance rolling in.
You all right now? Yeah, I will. Okay.
People fine. Get out of the street. Put that ambulance in there.
Good.
Ambulance crew sliding the victim on the stretcher.
Gotta give some more oxygen on the way out.
Victim's passed out again. Hurriedly putting her into the ambulance. Get her to the oxygen again. Ambulance taking off. A look in the back of the ambulance out here on the street. I can see them quickly applying more oxygen. The oxygen mask is on the victim. So, there they go.
Chuck, you fellows can finish up the report here. I suggest you contact your family.
Hey, you know the woman that was putting blankets around the victim? I was a little worried about her, too. It looked to me like she was going to have a baby before long.
Good observation, Don. You keep it up, you're going to make Detective Bureau yet. 5-6 to 1 on that PA at George and Sepulveda. 5-1 will handle. We're clearing back on patrol.
10-4, 5-6. 5-6, stand by. 5-6, come in.
5-6, go ahead.
5-6, 5-4 is requesting a detective unit at Jefferson and Doheny Drive. That's Jefferson and Doheny Drive, holding a 211 strong arm suspect. Your call is code 2.
5-6, Roger, we're rolling. Strong Arm Robbery suspect. Gee, we haven't had one of those in a long time.
No, but we've got one now.
Yeah. It's been about a 10-minute run down here. The location of this scene should be, just about the next corner. In fact, that's it, directly ahead. There's a crowd gathered along the sidewalks. The flasher lights of one of our uniformed cars right here in the street. We're moving in behind. Here we are. Here's a quick picture. Leaning against the police car, man covered with blood. In the back seat, suspect handcuffed. Officer Ted Krause coming over. His partner Blumenstein guarding the prisoner. Let's see what it's all about.
Petersburg was when we got beating up this fellow in the front seat. They had a pool game, and the other fellow roused on the bed, and he ran out of the place, and he trapped him here in the corner. Got on top of him, and he was beating him. When we came up, he was on top of him, just beating him with his fist. The guy's all full of blood. He's cut up inside, too, I think. No.
Going over to the car. Let's check the suspect accused of this beating. Big fellow, young, 18, 19 years. Strange, weird look on his face.
He talked me into playing pool. You know me. You know how much what I play in there. I never played pool in my life. 2 times in my life I played pool. Isn't that right? I'm always playing billiards, snooker, or golfer. Isn't that right? He talked me into it, and I said, for nothing. I started playing with him, and he talked me into playing for $5 and a dime. I played him. I beat him. He didn't even pay time. He just walked out. The man that owns the place ran and caught him right there. Got the money from him. I turned him around to get the money, and he swung on me. I swung on me. He swung on me. Like I don't go around looking for no beef. I don't look for no trouble. But when it comes, I'm game. I can take care of myself as well as anybody. But I don't go looking for beef. This is what happens every time. Last time I lost a new suit.
Going around to the front.
Suit that I couldn't afford.
Here's an added note.
All right.
The first impression that the suspect had been drinking. However, there's no alcohol on his breath despite his somewhat erratic manner. And here's the victim leaning against the fender. Short, heavy build, white shirt covered with blood. Face severely cut.
Have you been drinking anything?
For me? Yeah. I haven't been drinking nothing. How's your jaw feel?
That is swell awful bad.
Swell awful bad. Any teeth broken?
No, I don't think it's teeth broken. It's in the lip. All three is broken.
We got an ambulance on the way to pick his doctor. He's drilled or he's in the hospital with him. We'll get...
It's very noisy out here on the street. Meanwhile, the suspect is kicking up a verbal storm over here.
What time they come in, Doctor? That's no reason to commit assault and battery on the man. Gambling is not legal.
I was protecting myself, sir.
You weren't protecting yourself when you were laying on top of him, beating him in the street here. What do you take his wallet for?
He owes to me,
He was the one that was protecting himself. He was laying there in a ball while you were beating him.
I've got witnesses, sir.
They came up and saw you beating the guy.
What kind of a chance do I have against him?
Ambulance just rolled in. We'll go back to headquarters later and check the suspect, but right now let's get over to the hospital and see how seriously the victim is hurt. We're in the operating room here at the hospital, and the victim is stretched out on the table. Background, doctor and nurse preparing instruments. The uniformed officers are taking the report.
He knew that to begin with. See, I didn't. I told him I'd just pay for the game just for the fun of it. See.
Did you pay for the games?
Yeah, I paid for
You
him.
paid for his games, too?
Yeah, paid for mine and his. Just scratch food.
Mm-hmm.
I never bet him a nickel. I never made a bet with him. Not one.
Have you had a drink tonight?
No, I haven't had a thing to drink.
You haven't had a
No, I never drink anything.
Oh.
No, I never.
I haven't had a thing to drink?
No. That is right, exactly.
What did he say to you when he came outside?
Well, he said I owed him $1.05. He said you owed him $1.05?
Yeah.
For
And
what?
I never paid him the bet, see?
Yeah.
That's when he jumped me across the street right there. See, I never hit the kid, and I never touched him.
Mm-hmm.
I never put my finger on him.
He jumped you and started beating you then?
Yeah.
When did he take the wallet from you?
Huh?
When did he take your
In the
wallet?
street, when I was down in the street.
He took it out of your pocket?
Yeah.
What do you think he hit you with? His fist, or did he have some other instrument he hit you with?
Oh, I don't know what he hit me with.
Has he been drinking?
I don't know. I never seen him take it.
Did he drink it all while you were playing pool?
He didn't drink anything while I was drinking. I mean, while I was playing. Oh.
You didn't see him drink anything?
Boy, I look like the very devil, don't it? Look here. Boy, they really doused me up a little bit, I'll tell you that for sure.
That more or less fills in that side of the report.
What happened to it?
The doctor is coming now to start work on the victim. So, let's get back to police headquarters.
I never hit anybody.
You are listening to Nightwatch and following the activities of a detective unit on its tour of duty. The people and sounds you are hearing are real, and the investigations are recorded in the field as they actually occur. We'll bring you the final results of tonight's action at the conclusion of Nightwatch.
September 11th, 1954, Nightwatch on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
You know, it's true. Difficult times have a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our health care. No doubt. This is why so many people are joining Medishare right now. Medishare is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly health care costs. More than 400,000 people have already made the switch. It's pretty obvious why, too, especially now during this challenging season with healthcare costs and out-of-pocket expenses going up. Medishare can save you a lot of money. The typical family saves $500 a month. And Medishare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that's worked beautifully for 29 years. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you the number here in a second, and if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now is the perfect time to make the switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
Mike Lindell and MyPillow offering the BOGO extravaganza right now on a whole slew of MyPillow products. Now you can find all sorts of great deals on MyPillow bed sheets, Giza Elegance MyPillow, 6-piece towel sets, Roll and Go Anywhere pillows, much more, all priced buy one, get one free. Go to mypillow.com/USA, use promo code USA, or call 1-800-951-8175 and find you some great MyPillow products. They're all available. Oh, by the way, you can also get Mike's book absolutely free with any purchase, but you have to go to mypillow.com/USA or call 1-800-951-8175 and make sure you use the promo code, the buy one, get one extravaganza, going on right now at mypillow.com.
Veterinary telemedicine is booming. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori Teller, president of the American Veterinary Medical Association, and I know firsthand that telehealth is a valuable tool to help provide our precious pets with the health care they need and deserve. Here are some situations where telemedicine may be an option for you and your pet. If the veterinarian has seen your pet in person in the past. If you're not sure you need to schedule an in-person visit. If your pet had surgery and needs post-operative follow-up. For skin diseases and rash rechecks. When your veterinarian needs to monitor your pet's chronic problems such as diabetes or allergies. If there are behavioral issues or training challenges. Or for hospice care. It's always good to have your session in a quiet place with good lighting. If you're not sure if you should set up a telehealth session, call your veterinarian and they'll let you know. To learn more, check out avma.org/telehealth. avma.org/telehealth.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, more of Nightwatch, September 11th, 1954.
And now we return you to police headquarters where an investigation is underway, and to police recorder Donn Reed.
That's pretty obvious. Good case against him.
Here in the office of Sergeant Perkins. The arresting officers, Krause and Blumenstein, are going over the report.
What did you observe? What happened?
We were eastbound on Culver Boulevard, and as we approached, he bent the victim's arm up behind his back. He had the victim lying down in the street. and bent his arm up behind his back, and we saw him take his wallet out of his rear pocket. Louie can tell you more about that.
Were you driving, Ted?
I was driving, yeah. I thought there was some drunk fell off the curb or something and needed help, but we got closer there, and I saw his blood on the street, and this fellow was taking the wallet out of the other fellow's pocket that was down, so I got to him, he released the fella, and we went over and placed him under arrest, put him in the car, still had the wallet in his possession, and we went back to the victim there. He was still laying on the ground and thought he was hurt pretty bad, so we called an ambulance.
How badly hurt was he?
Well, it looked pretty bad at the scene, but when we got to the doctor, well, he had 3 cuts that took 5 stitches in the head.
Had he been drinking? Did you notice at all? I mean, could you tell?
The doctor said he wasn't drinking either.
He was not drinking?
No.
This fellow here give you any trouble at all?
No, he was very cooperative all the way through.
Well, as you know, he's been in trouble before, and he's had a back injury. In fact, he broke his back, stole a car, was chased by the Texas Highway Patrol, broke his back in an accident, and he uses narcotics under prescription to ease the pain.
Yeah, that was easy to tell.
Well, he apparently, tonight then, is pretty high on narcotics, probably took an overdose. You want to bring him in, Ted, and we'll talk to him in here. Oh, listen, by the way, will you keep your eye on him? Because when he's high on this stuff, he's likely to try anything. I know him.
Coming through the door. The suspect. Tall, husky, eyes glassy, staring around the room.
Started off, Mr. Perkins. I'd like you to help me out.
Look, if you're trying to make a deal, forget about it. You said you had something to say, so keep on talking.
To start off with, some guy has to be in the playing pool. He says, why don't we play 50 cents a game and turn it to scratch? I've always been game. You know that. I've been game for anything. And I'm not afraid of losing, I'm not afraid of winning. I beat about 30 times as many points as he had. He walked straight out the door and didn't even pay time. And the guy that runs the pool hall had caught up with him by then, and I was already with him. And grabbed a hold and says, where's the money for this pool or something? And he handed him a bill of some sort. That I'm playing the gap for money, and so I grabbed a hold of him as he starts to cross Washington.
And the conclusion of Nightwatch, along with an episode of the serial Dick Tracy. That's all coming up when Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox continues, following these words from your favorite radio station.
Ladies and gentlemen, make tomorrow your D-Day. Get an extra bond for defense. Step into any bank or post office and buy yourself a profitable share in America's future. As an investment, bonds are better than ever. They can help you save safely, conveniently, and profitably. So whether you already buy on the payroll savings plan where you work or the bond-a-month plan where you bank, get an extra bond for defense tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, make tomorrow your D-Day. Get an extra bond for defense. Step into any bank or post office and buy yourself a profitable share in America's future. As an investment, bonds are better than ever. They can help you save safely, conveniently, and profitably. So whether you already buy on the payroll savings plan where you work or the bond-a-month plan where you bank, get an extra bond for defense tomorrow.
The word research has become pretty familiar to all of us in the last 10 years or so. But have you ever stopped to think what research, especially medical research, means to you personally? Without research, we would have no penicillin or any of the other wonder drugs. Research is also the most important weapon in the fight against mental illness. And mental illness today afflicts more than 9 million people. Already, research has opened up leads for preventing many mental illnesses And research has shown us speedier and more effective ways of helping mentally sick people to get well. Research scientists say we can be hopeful, but they need help from us. They need money to carry on research. If we help science, science can give us a much better chance to escape mental illness and to cure mental illness if it should strike. If you'd like to help, give to the Mental Health Fund in care of your local postmaster. Just address Mental Health Fund in care of your local postmaster. Don't wait. This worthwhile cause needs your support now.
Before taking our usual trip to the green room, let's discuss 3 ways we can all help lengthen the war. Here they are. First, throw away all your extra equipment. Second, don't take care of the equipment and ordnance you have left. Third, waste your field rations. Only eat the parts you like. Well, that's only 3 ways. But if each and every man and woman in the service indulged in just those 3 consistently, V-Day would be a far cry indeed. Of course, no one would act like that on purpose, but unfortunately, we all tend to treat GI materiel a little bit like a stepsister. And when you multiply your callousness and wastage 1 million or more times, it's no longer funny. So let's not help lengthen the war. Let's shorten it by conserving everything we have.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of Nightwatch. On-the-spot reporting from the mean streets of Culver City, California, September 11th, 1954.
Of course, I took his word a lot. I beat him. Of course, I made sure I made a fairly good job of it. He went down. I was hassled there for 15 minutes taking his wallet out. Took it out and there wasn't a penny in it. He was dressed like a guy would go out with a girl with at least $100. I mean, he was dressed real good. He had a suit on. I think he had a tie and a white shirt. And he was dressed real good. And so I'm trying to get this money from the cat. And he pulled up. And he went to hang me. I was belligerent with a couple officers, but I'm not going to do time for some drunk that wanted to cheat me out of my money.
I have the medical report right here in front of me. It says he was stone sober. Did you know this fellow before?
Never seen him in my life. If I do time, I'll make something that counts. Let's say I'm a schemer, Mr. Perkins. I can scheme on a lot of things, and I know just how to hit people. I know how to hit them in the right spots, and that's what I'll do. I'll be worse than any of them ever thought of being. I don't know what they think of me. But probably, well, he's a future gangster. That's what they probably think. I'm already busted because I'm on parole. But I'm 18 years old. I have had an accident. I've got to live with a record that shows that I've been in a nut house. I've been in Camarillo. That was the last time I was here. And I never denied it to nobody. They asked me where I was. I told them I was in Camarillo. I told them what I was there for. And I don't like to keep telling stories, but I told most people anyway. And the rest I just shined. Like I only go along with certain people. But I can't pull up Perkins. I mean, like I'm the kind of a guy that would just as well hang or shoot someone and then hang before I want to do time. I ain't afraid of no cop, and I'm not afraid of no bullet, afraid of getting shot. I'm not afraid of none of that. I just don't fear it. I've lived my life. I was dead in a lot of things, and I'll live through it. I'll take a bullet any time. I don't care if it kills me. But I still got to get out. I don't go around paying attention to people. People are something to goof on. I look at them and I laugh. I've been straight with you a long time, but still you're a cop. You gotta face it. You're a cop. Everybody in the state hates you but me. But I don't trust nobody, Perkins. Nobody. Nobody, my mother and dad.
Okay, you've had the floor for 10 minutes. You said nothing to change my opinion. We've given you plenty of breaks in this department. Ted, you want to take him out and book him on suspicion of strong arm robbery?
What you have just heard is real, recorded as it happened on the Nightwatch. For the disposition of tonight's cases, we return you to Police Headquarters and Chief W.N. Hildebrand.
The result of tonight's first investigation, in which the woman suffered a heart attack while driving, fortunately, had a happy conclusion. Prompt medical attention brought her complete recovery in a few days. In the final case of the young suspect arrested for robbery, he now faces a term of not less than 1 year. My department, like any other law enforcement agency, consists of many sections and many types of police units. So that you may follow the activities as they actually occur, we have assigned our police recorder to Detective Unit 5-6 on the Night Watch. What you hear is only a small part of the activities of any department. Throughout the nation, cities large and small have Detective Unit 5-6s, juvenile cars, traffic cars, felony units, all rolling day and night for your security. It is our purpose to show you the real problems facing your police officer in your city and the part you play in making this an effective organization. This is the reason for Night Watch.
Thank you, Chief Hildebrand. You have just heard on-the-scene reports of your police force in action. Every voice, every sound has been real. Night Watch, brought to you through the cooperation of your police department of Culver City, California, is produced by Sterling Tracy and Jim Hadlock, with technical advice by Sergeant Ron Perkins, and is described in the field by police recorder Donn Reed.
September 11th, 1954, Night Watch on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Listen up, guys. Are you experiencing any of the following? Fatigue, less drive, poor performance? If so, you may be one of the nearly 30 million men in the U.S. today dealing with ED. But did you know you don't have to pay hundreds for a prescription anymore? And you don't have to deal with the hassle of seeing the doctor or the embarrassment of going to the pharmacy for a certain pill. Now, with one free call, you can find out how Herbal Virility Max can help you feel like a man again. For over a decade, Herbal Virility Max has helped guys just like you put a smile back on their face with improved performance and drive. Call today and ask about our buy one, get one free offer.
800-772-6113. 800-772-6113. 800-772-6113. That's 800-772-6113.
You know, for years you've heard me talking about My Pillow here on Classic Radio Theater. And the My Pillow and Mike Lindell have right now a huge buy one, get one free extravaganza. And what are the things they include? They include several different varieties of My Pillow. The Giza Elegance My Pillows are buy one, get one. Roll and Go Anywhere My Pillows. I, by the way, have one by my recliner. It is delightful, and many times I don't intend to doze off, but I do. Also, the 6-piece towel sets and bed sheet sets, those are all available. Buy one, get one. Now, they've set us up our own page over at mypillow.com. You go to mypillow.com/USA. That's mypillow.com/USA, and you will find links to all the current buy one, get one specials. Plus, with everything you buy now, you get Mike's softcover book, What Are the Odds? From Crack Addict to CEO. It's a $20 value, but you have to use the promo code USA. You get the book free when you purchase anything. Dog beds, $19.99, as low as $19.99 with the promo code. And you know those dogs love the MyPillow dog beds. And the MyPillow slippers, pet blankets, complete mattress systems, 2-inch mattress toppers. Those are delightful. Go to mypillow.com/USA or call 1-800-951-8175. Use the promo code USA at checkout. mypillow.com/USA, promo code USA, and save you a great deal on a great night's sleep and other things when you go to mypillow.com/USA. Now a crime serial on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, The Adventures of Dick Tracy. This episode goes back to September 11th, 1947, the case of the Low Hijack.
And now, Dick Tracy!
This is Dick Tracy on the case of the Low Hijack. Stand by for action. Let's go, men.
Yes, it's Dick Tracy, protector of law and order. And now, Dick Tracy. Yesterday, Tracy and Pat, locked in the back of a truck trailer, were driven across town by the hijackers. Dick and Pat, of course, were carrying out their scheme to trap the truck-robbing gang. But it's a scheme that has dangerously backfired because Mori Bund, the head of the hijackers, discovered that unwittingly he was holding Tracy and Patton prisoners. At the moment, Dick and Pat have no idea of the gravity of their situation. They're waiting impatiently in the dark interior of the truck trailer.
Richard, if you don't mind me mentioning it, waiting locked up here in this truck is beginning to get on my nerves.
Tell your nerves to move over. Mine want to join them.
You know, I just can't understand why we've stood here so long. Why don't they get started and drive out of here?
I wish I knew, Pat.
Well, anyway, we're obviously still in the city.
I know.
Yes, but you don't just hijack the truck and then leave while you go to a movie or something.
Well, I'll admit it doesn't make much sense. And I'll also admit I'm worried.
Say, look, you don't suppose they've gotten suspicious and abandoned the truck, do you?
It's always a possibility.
Well, then in that case, get me a can opener. I'm going home.
Oh, no, Pat. It's going to take more than a can opener to get us out of this one.
Well, you think maybe I ought to raise my voice in a loud howl?
They won't hear it. This truck trailer we're in is very well built.
Yeah, I know, but I suppose maybe I could pound on the walls with my gun butt and maybe I'd raise somebody.
I don't think we want to raise anybody yet, Pat. Maybe the hijackers will come back. We'll wait all night for them.
Yeah, and then again, maybe they haven't gone anyplace.
Something tells me you're returning to your major theme for the night.
You're absolutely right. Suppose they know that we're in here. And suppose they're planning some special kind of show in which we're going to play the star parts.
But, Pat, how could they get wise? Only Stanton and the driver of the truck knew.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Stanton. But what about that driver?
Yes, that's the chance we had to take. If he didn't know about us being in the truck and hadn't been ordered to take a powder as soon as the truck was driven out of the warehouse, he might have been killed by the hijackers.
Yeah, sure, I understand about all that. But I can still worry about it, can't I?
All right, if it will make you happier.
No idea what a comfort it is. Yeah, the trouble with me is I just haven't enough to occupy my mind.
Well, we can always play 20 questions.
20... Look, that's all we've been playing. And the game goes like this. Questions 1 to 20. Who are the hijackers?
I think I know, Pat. All I need is the final proof.
Oh, fine. Don't tell me or anything.
Mori Bund.
Oh, Mori Bund, huh? Then you got something from examining the records of his department store business?
Well, nothing I can use as immediate evidence, but enough so that I can pretty well figure how he operates.
And when do you get the final proof?
I'm going to subpoena his books and bookkeeper and put a gang of auditors on him. And I'm going to track down every business firm with which he's done business.
Oh, that's all just fine, but supposing you're wrong.
I won't be. You just wait and see.
Richard, you won't be offended if I point out that all this activity is predicated on one thing, and that's on our getting out of this truck.
A contingency of which I'm fully aware.
Yes, but even if you get Mori Bund, you still might not get the rest of the gang.
Now, Pat, now it's my turn to point out something. That's why we're sitting locked in this truck trailer in the middle of the night.
Touche, son, touche.
And even if tonight does turn out to be a dud, if we get Mori Bund, the gang is broken up. The small fry shouldn't be too tough.
Well, you've set my mind at ease, lad, except for one thing.
I know.
What if Mori Bund knows we're in this truck?
Yes. Mori Bund does know that Dick and Pat are in that truck. And right now, Mori Bund is discussing their fate with Billy Tell and Deadpan.
Deadpan, will you, for goodness sake, stop walking up and down?
But I'm thinking.
That will only add to my worries. Sit down. Or better yet, go wash your hands and face.
Oh, gee, Mori Bund, they just done it.
That probably was inadequate. You look septic tonight.
What about Billy Tell? He looks like what you just said, too.
He will also wash his hands and face again.
Ah, Deadpan, why couldn't you keep your big mouth from hanging open?
Hurry up, both of you. Anyway, I find the sound of running water a pleasant accompaniment to concentration.
Come on, Deadpan, let's get the germs off and help the master think.
Why not? Otherwise, we never get out of here to get Tracy and Pat. If I wash my feet, would it help, you think?
You're straining, Deadpan. Don't use yourself up before the night's over.
Be sure you use the sterilized towels. I want no germs around here.
We'll do everything.
Look, Mori Bund, this doesn't seem so tough to me. We got Tracy and Patton locked in. Let's get the truck blowed down and finish them off.
Where is the truck now?
Downstairs, across me a private entrance.
What kind of truck is it?
It's one of them big trailer trucks. I can drive them like a dream.
We may be able to put your accomplishments to some use. A trailer truck. And Tracy and Patton are locked in the trailer.
Why don't we move the act out of town and just set it on fire?
I don't think one of those big trailers would burn.
We could scorch them plenty, though.
I'm not interested in scorching them. I want to kill them. Now, in some way, I must destroy the whole truck.
I've been thinking. Why don't we open the rear door and go right in after them?
Don't be a fool. That's what they're hoping for.
So we get them anyway?
You, personally, will bag the two best shots on the police force? That, to coin a bromide, will be the day.
Well, I'm trying.
The effort is misdirected.
One thing is certain. We got to get the truck out of town before we can do ourselves any good.
There, I'll go along with you. Forgive me if I think I'm trying to postpone the inevitable.
What is the inevitable?
That I leave my air-conditioned, germ-free apartment and go out into the filthy night air.
Oh, it ain't bad. There's a full moon out tonight.
I will not bandy the subject with you.
But you haven't left your apartment for years.
For 8 years and 37 days, to be exact.
What do you have to do it now for?
I cannot help myself. This job must not be bungled.
Well, we'll do what you tell us to.
I'm sure you will. But in the eventuality that something goes wrong, I do not wish you to think for yourself.
Sometimes you say the nicest things to me, Maury.
Try to be quiet for a moment. You have no idea how the thought of going out upsets me.
Then why go? We'll take care of it.
That's the risk I don't dare run. If Tracy is killed, I'm completely in the clear to operate as I see fit. This murder must be done right.
Well, I'm for that, but we'll do it for you.
No, I'll go. I'll expose myself to millions and millions of germs and run the risk of serious infection.
People have been doing that for years, Mori Bund, and they still seem to make it home for dinner, all right?
If I only had a face mask and some rubber gloves.
What do you want to do, scare Tracy to death?
Will you stop bothering me, Deadpan? Now, Billy.
Yes, sir?
I want you to bring my two-way amplifying microphones.
What do you want that set up for?
I'm going to clamp one of them on the side of the trailer. I want to be able to talk to Tracy.
Oh, you're going to give him a little needle, huh?
You don't think I'm going to pass up an opportunity for a little gloating, do you?
Actually, it wouldn't seem much like you.
Are you men armed?
I left my Tommy gun in the truck cab.
I have an automatic.
Good. I shall also arm myself. Now, let me see. I have something here. Yes. Here it is. Don't forget my microphones, Billy.
I won't. Are we all going to ride in the cab of the truck?
No. Deadpan will drive the truck, and I'll ride with him.
What do I do? Getting back with the Dicks?
You will take my car. Here are the keys.
Okay.
You will follow the truck.
Fine. Now, what's going to happen to the truck?
I'm not completely decided, but at the moment I think that I will arrange to roll it into a river. Come on, let's go.
You know, Dick, I'd like to go for a swim. I'm hot. I just like the feeling of water all around me.
You're just a disappointed seal, Patrick.
What do you mean disappointed? You ought to see me balance things on my nose.
Oh, it's a little dark in here for you to do a performance right now.
Oh, I have a flashlight. Shall I turn it on?
No, I think we'd better save the batteries. We're going to need some bright lights to shoot by.
You bring up an interesting point there. I shall take it under advisement.
I'd appreciate it deeply.
What was that?
Oh, it could be anything, including a hand grenade.
Don't cheer me up or anything.
Well, at least, Patrick, we're off again.
Well, I'm not sure whether I like it or not. Who's got the old truck now? The other hijackers or a whole new bunch?
I wish you'd stop asking me questions I can't answer. After all, Pat, I'm sitting here in the same black box you are.
Well, I know, Richard, but I meant it as a compliment. I just sort of assumed that you know all the answers.
I wish you were right.
What in heaven's name is that?
There you go again with those questions, Pat.
Well. So you're in there, are you, Tracy?
Well, bless my great big beautiful Irish eyes if it isn't the microbe hater.
I thought you might like to know where I am, Tracy, so I rigged up this little amplifying device. Can you hear me all right?
Entirely too well.
What are you doing out of your boudoir, Mori Bund? I thought you were the stay-at-home type.
You two gentlemen should be extremely flattered. This is the first time I've left my apartment in over 8 years.
Well, now, don't get carried away. People do all kinds of things for us.
Do they kill you, too?
Look, we probably have a long ride ahead. Don't you think it would be more pleasant for all of us if we keep this conversation on a high intellectual plane?
You think you're capable of such a discussion?
Now, come, Mori Bund. Let's not be rude. You wouldn't want Pat and me to get severe with you.
Allow me to suggest, Mr. Tracy, that you're hardly in a position to do anything to anybody. And I'd also like to add that your condition is sheer heaven compared to what it's going to be. And I hope you get my meaning.
In a moment, we'll return to Dick Tracy. But first, it's open house at the Paul Whiteman Club weekday afternoons. That means a solid hour of recorded hit tunes with Paul himself spinning the platters and making with the chatter. The Paul Whiteman Club is a cool spot these hot summer days. So come in, relax, and hear the records that Paul's picked out, plus a little inside information on the recording artists. Paul has worked with or known most of your musical favorites. He's seen them start and climb their way up that steep ladder of success. And naturally, he has plenty of human interest stories about them. Stories that'll make you realize that a star is just a person like you and me with the same number of hopes and worries. You know, Paul Whiteman has been called the Dean of modern American music for good reason. He's been around and he's been responsible for a large portion of its growth. He was waving his baton when Auntie wore pleated skirts, danced the Charleston, and called everything jazzy. And he's right in there now, seeing the new faces swing to a new kind of tempo. Paul handles the Paul Whiteman Club with the same amount of showmanship and capability that's kept him on top. So here's an invitation to listen to the Paul Whiteman Club tomorrow when it's heard on most of these very same ABC stations. And now, back to Dick Tracy.
There, I turned it off. I'm tired of talking to them.
What are you going to do, Mori Bund? Still roll the truck in a river?
I'm not sure yet. This situation is such a pleasant one that I may just savor it for a while. Drive towards my warehouse.
If Tracy and Pat had a deck of cards, they might amuse themselves. It would appear to be the last entertainment they'll get. Better tune in tomorrow for the adventures of Dick Tracy. This is George Gunn speaking.
September 11th, 1947, Dick Tracy on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thanks for making us a part of your day. Thank this station, support their advertisers. It's their kindness and courtesy that allow us to be with you each and every time you roll around here on your favorite station. Now, if you miss a day, you don't have to miss a single show. You can hear our shows on demand at classicradio.stream. There you can stream our shows. You can learn more about classic radio collecting. There's a list of podcast sites where you can download the shows if you want to do them that way. You can also find our social media links there, our Facebooks and Twitters, and you can also buy me a copy if you want. That Buy Me a Copy helps us to acquire additional classic radio collections for us to bring to you here on your favorite station. Have yourself a great day, won't you please? And would you tell all your friends that great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial? Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite station.